Hey there, thanks for clicking in, and welcome to another episode brought to you by Amy McGrady, your real estateologist. So this video, I want to compare Century Village versus the Villages in Florida. So these are 55 plus retirement communities that are completely different and often confused. The only thing similar about them is that they have the word village in the name. So they're pretty far apart in the big state of Florida. We'll go over the map later on, but I just want to kind of highlight a few things and let you know kind of how the video is going to be formatted. So basically I'm going to go over to show you the differences, the location and the size and the cost and the different lifestyles that you'll get from each and the different housing styles that you get from each. If you know anyone thinking about retiring to Florida in a 55 plus community, and if they're thinking about Century Village or the Villages or even John Knox Village, at the end I'm going to throw in a little extra about John Knox Village because it's also a pretty amazing property. But if you know anybody thinking about retiring to Florida in a 55 plus community, send them this video, share this video with them, because there's going to be some good cursory information on this video. If you want more information, call me, text me, WhatsApp me. I'm happy to talk about it because I'm trying to keep these videos short so that you don't go bzz, 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 too much on me. So here we go. The first thing I want to talk about is the location and the size of Century Village versus the Villages. So Century Village is a condo lifestyle, and there's 4 different campuses, I like to call them, but they're developments, many acres of developments. Century Village has, the southernmost one is in Pembroke Pines, so it's a little bit west, just north of Miami. And that Pembroke Pines, how many units do they have there? 7,500 units. They're all 1 bedroom and 2 bedrooms. I don't think there's any 3 bedrooms unless somebody at some point busted walls down and combined 1 unit. That has happened infrequently, but mostly it's 1 and 2 bedroom apartments. They're condos. And there's a fabulous clubhouse, usually 1 big clubhouse, and pools, a lot of pools throughout the Century Village. So they've got Pembroke Pines, which is the southernmost one. Then they have Deerfield Beach, which is just north of Fort Lauderdale. And then they've got Century Village Boca Raton and Century Village Palm Beach. So these are the 4 Century Village campuses, for lack of a better word. So Pembroke Pines, 7,500 units. Deerfield, 8,500 units. Boca, 7,500 units, and Palm Beach about 6,500 units. So they're under 10,000 units in each campus. When we talk about the Villages later, you're going to find the Villages is 70,000 homes or villas. That's 70,000 homes or villas on huge acreage. And that's more in Central Florida, even north of Orlando. And these other ones are Southeast Florida, the Century Village. Little background on Century Village. There was this guy named Levy. What was his first name? H. Irwin Levy. He used to be an attorney down here in Florida. And then he turned into a builder and developer and implemented his vision of Century Village. And it's really withstood the test of time. He started building in the early 1970s and he finished all of them by 1995. So that's about the age. There's different buildings in each complex. There may be like, say, 6,500 units, but some of them are in 2-story buildings, some of them are in 5-story buildings. So you have to pay attention to whether you need an elevator or not. Sometimes the little 2 stories don't have elevators. So if a second floor with no elevator is not going to work for you, then you have to keep that in mind. So yeah, this lawyer turned developer built Century Village, all these units, and they've been a big hit. Theater goers, close to the beach, close to family, like that. So it's, and a lot of, I think Personally, my family's from New York. I was actually born in Miami, but raised in New York, and my family's all from New York. But I think the Century Villages have a pretty heavy New York population. So if that's your jam, that's your jam, because if you move upstate to the Villages, I don't know that it's that many New Yorkers. It's a different vibe. It's more of a kind of a conservative, somewhat vibe, although the stories you hear about it, I don't know. It's just a different bunch of people. So if you're thinking about moving to either location, go visit. You'll know the vibe as soon as you hit it. The Village is a massive 55 plus community. It's not just a bunch of condos with clubhouses and pools and the stuff that we're used to seeing. It is like this entire ecosystem where the primary mode of transportation is golf carts. So it's pretty cool. And they have like little different plazas and shopping centers and town centers. It's like its own little city, its own little municipality, much different than living in a condo near urban cores like Century Village. The backstory on the Villages is that this one guy, what was his name? He was from Michigan. Harry Schwartz from Michigan. So he used to sell manufactured homes in Central Florida, coming down from Michigan. And he noticed that as he built these communities and was selling the manufactured homes, he noticed that the community of 55 plus, their needs were to fill these gaps of loneliness and community. So they'd live out there. You know, you're in the middle of the state of Florida, where it really was compounded and apparent, I suppose. And he just noticed that people, as they age, they isolate, they get lonely, and like that. So he kind of started talking about that with his son-in-law, who took over the business after he died. After Schwartz died, Morse came in, his son-in-law, and he just like jumped the shark with the Villages. He went big, and he stayed true to that core vision, which was, we're going to create a community here where people are going to be active and they're going to feel included and seen, and they're going to stay busy, and they're not going to be lonely, and they're not going to isolate. And believe me, even the golf cart idea was, it may have been somewhat organic, but I think it was somewhat a part of the strategy, because there was a psychologist, I was reading something, who said when people move through the community slow, like on bicycles, golf carts, not cars, they tend to bond with each other more. So that's really proven to be the case in the Villages. So 2 different lifestyles, that's for sure. They're different sizes, right? One is a bunch of little communities with under 10,000 units, and the other is this massive municipality with little plazas, and it's self-contained. Whereas Century Village is not. It's self-contained to some degree, but you're going to go out that gate, you're going to go to the beach, you're going to go visit your grandkids, you're going to go visit your kids, whatever it is. You're going to get to the airport, you're going to go downtown Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, whatever it is, you're still kind of hanging in there. So again, so on the housing style, basically the primary difference between the two is that Century Village is condo lifestyle. So you're paying your condo fees and you're not lifting a finger. You're opening the door, closing the door. You're not worrying about landscaping, painting, none of it. Just pay and get out the door and go to the clubhouse and the pool and go to the amenities. Use them because you're paying for them. They have pickleball courts. They stay on trend and meet the needs of the people that live there. Now the Villages is mostly single family homes and villas. So you're going to be doing your own landscaping, you're going to be painting your house, there's probably some restrictions about what color and all that. You're going to have to repair your own roof, that kind of thing. So there's a little bit more responsibility for you living in the Villages. Let's see, cost and affordability. So Century Village wins if you're looking for the best bang for your buck and cost, because the price ranges, depending upon the condition and the size of the unit, are going to be anywhere. They can be as low as like $40,000 if it's a gut job, to about $250,000. And those higher prices are at the Boca location. But it's Boca. So you're looking at between 50, 60,000 and 250,000, with the median price range being somewhere around 110,000 in Century Village, which is cheap, a bargain. And don't forget, it's 55 plus, so 55 is not that old. And if you want to have a nice apartment for like $100,000, Century Village is the jam. It really is. And the security and all the things. And now the villages, their price range is pretty much like entry levels, about $250 for a villa, and then it'll be over $1 million. If you're one of those people that loves to golf and wants to live in a house that says, I love to golf, you're probably in one of those over $1 million homes. I don't think they've hit the multi-millions yet, but they will. Now, Century Village, the amenities and the lifestyle is more like clubs. Of course, there's pools. Everybody enjoys the pool in Florida. But the slant is more kind of urban interests, like beautiful theaters, musicians come in, really lovely theaters at all of the Century Villages. And then you have the clubhouse. You can have your parties, your clubs, whether it's bridge or canasta or dominoes or whatever the clubs are. The residents create the clubs and keep them going. And then, of course, you have your pickleball and tennis and all of that as well. The Villages is basically activity on steroids, and it's mostly about golf. The Villages has 56 golf courses. 56, like 730 holes to play. So if golf is your jam, and you don't care about being close to existing urban cores, if you're good with playing golf, being in my own isolated community with all the people that I'm getting to know on my golf cart and in the little different plazas, the Villages is for you. So basically that's what it boils down to. Like, Century Village is simple, affordable, close to the coast condo living. The Villages is a self-contained lifestyle, active lifestyle ecosystem. Those are that's how I would, from a 30,000 foot level, describe the differences on the two. And neither one of them's wrong. You just have to know which one you want, and you should come visit both. You should go visit any property, whether it's a 55 plus community or a single family home or a condo that you're buying in Florida. Please don't buy it on the advice of your friend or your realtor or anybody. You have to see it, you have to touch it, you have to feel it, you have to everything, and make sure it's for you. Then there's, so they're just built for very different humans, and neither one is wrong. Now I want to quickly talk about John Knox Village, because that's another huge development that people sometimes get confused when they're looking for 55 plus communities in Florida. And I just want to let you know the differences, right? So John Knox Village, this is what dominates in John Knox Village. Independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing, and there's on-site health and rehab. It has all that, but it also has apartments. So you'll move in there, maybe you'll buy an apartment, there's a buy-in amount, and then you pay X number of dollars a month, and you can be perfectly healthy, living near Fort Lauderdale and all the urban cores, still working, all the things, but you're buying like a care plan for yourself as you age. Because you're buying this place, you're fine, you're working, you're doing all the things, but you know one day, if you live long enough, you're going to maybe need assisted living, or you need to move to independent living, or you'll maybe even live long enough and you might need skilled nursing or memory care. It's all there. If you're in Century Village and things start to happen, you're going to have to sell the apartment and you're going to have to go find an independent living community or an assisted living community, or depending upon, the level of how your body is adjusting to aging, memory care or skilled nursing. So John Knox Village, you can be there healthy now and you're going to be all fine until you die. Somebody to take care of you. Century Village, fabulous condo living, close to family, close to the beach, close to the cities. But when you start needing help, you can bring your help in, but when that's not possible anymore, you're gonna have to start, you or your family is gonna have to sell the condo and start looking for another place to live. Same thing with the villages. So the villages, again, super active, but when you ain't active anymore, you're gonna probably have to sell and find out the next place that suits you. So that's kind of the difference in a nutshell. Let me show you real quick. I'm going to bring up the map. I just want to show you geographically where each of these communities are. Okay, so here we are. We have the map up, and I have my glasses on so I can go along with you. So we're looking at the fabulous state of Florida between the ocean and the swamp. Century Village, Pembroke Pines is the southernmost one. So see how close Miami is? You go up Red Road and boom, you're there. Then the next one you go up to is, Deerfield Beach. There's Century Village, Boca up here in between. Where are you? We got Deerfield Beach, here we go. So, it's between Military Trail and Power Line, and between Hillsborough Boulevard and Southwest 10th Street, and between Power Line Road and Military Trail. So this whole thing here, this is Century Village and Deerfield Beach. Then you go a little bit further north and you go to Century Village in Boca. Zoom out. Find it. Where's Yamato? So it's going to be up by Yamato. It's in Central Boca. There's Yamato. Clintmore's here. There it is. Whoops. Over here. Century Village in Boca is over here. So that's really West Boca, not Central Boca, because you can see you're getting away from Central over closer to the Everglades. And then we go up to Century Village, Palm Beach. Oops. Palm Beach, zoom up here. So it's just east of the Florida Turnpike and west of Haverhill, north of Okeechobee. So that is that one. Let me zoom out on this map here. Move me out of the way. Where's the zooming out? There it is. Let me zoom out. So here's where we have Century Village, Boca, right around here. And if we zoom out, we're going to go down the coast into Boca. That was Palm Beach. Then we're going to Boca. Down here, Century Village, Boca. Keep going down, staying on the east coast of Florida. And we're going into Deerfield Beach, so it'll be somewhere around here. And then we scroll down and go a little bit further, closer to Miami. And we're going into the Pembroke Pines. So that's kind of where they are, from Pembroke Pines up to Boca. Now, check it out. Now we're gonna go to the villages. Look how big it is. It actually spans 3 counties: Sumter County, Marion County, and Lake counties. Look how big it is with all of this red stuff. It's huge. And within all of this are the little plazas and things to do. That's an example of what it looks like. Look at the golf carts. I think it's known as the golf cart capital of Florida, at least. I don't know about the world. Look at all the golf carts. They're everywhere. And you can see they have like shopping and restaurants and all the things. They're like, it's like Disney for retirees. So it's pretty cool. Look at that. It's like a hawk. If you know what that is in the comments, let me know. I think it's a hawk, though. Or an osprey? Seems too far inland to be an osprey. Again, part of the villages. I mean, it's its own little... And there's somebody's front yard. so you can see. They have little lakes all over the place too, so it's a pretty amazing place that was really designed to create community as opposed to, going somewhere and being lonely. Thank you for joining me on this video. And if you have any questions about 55 plus living in Florida, there are a lot more developments. I just kind of pointed out the big ones and the popular ones on this video. So if you're interested in me making a video of others, let me know in the comments or shoot me an email or a text. And I'm happy to make more videos, and I'm happy to take you around, whether that's a FaceTime showing or an in-person showing, to compare the other 55 plus communities in South Florida. So don't forget, I would greatly appreciate it if you would like and subscribe to my channel, like this video, and give me that thumbs up on it, share it, all the things. So I'm Amy McGrady, your real estateologist, and I thank you again for joining me on the video, and I hope you have a great day or evening, depending on what time you're watching this. Peace.